parts of our movement of the ball when we up the tempo were really, really clean and sure. And I thought that getting the goal in the second half, we talked about it at half time, but getting the goal in the second half so early almost killed a bit of our intensity, killed a bit of our intent. I thought we passed the ball for passing the ball's sake rather than to actually penetrate and score more goals. But I've got a team in there that have just won 3-0, so I can't be too displeased. They know that we can play better.
Thistle, of course, can be a tricky opponent, a potential banana skin, and they dealt with that challenge well.
They did. I thought they got into some good crossing situations, put the ball in the box really well. But I thought Ross, Danny, Wes, the back line generally stood up to that very well. And I think you saw in transition when we get the ball down and move the ball quickly, we can be a threat. It's just making sure we maintain our standards of play at the very highest level.
If I can ask you about the 3 goal scorers today, Ross McCrory, first and foremost, man of the match display from him, but it was a terrific header as well.
It was a great header, and as soon as he got man of the match, he gave the ball away. So it's one of those. I thought that the players identified an area that they could exploit from the set play. That wasn't the coaching staff. That was a player on the pitch taking ownership, seeing the area that was free, and then to execute it to that degree. I thought the ball in was wonderful, the run was wonderful, and it's a really pleasing, special moment for a young player who's enjoying his football right now.
How pleasing is it for you? You see Ross coming up, he was the development squad captain, of course, doing so well just now, coming up against someone like Connor Salmon, who's a very physical player, a tough opponent.
It's working wonders for his development. He's moving onward, he's moving forward. We just have to make sure that we understand he is a developing athlete, he's a young man, he's going to make mistakes, but those mistakes are becoming fewer and fewer, which is great. But I'm a bit like a picky parent. I tend to see his faults and have a little moan at him, but I thought today he stood up to the challenge really, really well. And as I said, we're all pleased for him in getting that goal.
You talk about intensity, and Daniel Candea certainly brings that to the team. He's already a fan favourite, I think, for his work rate and his energy, and great to see him get his goal. It's
fantastic for him to get his goal. I thought his run for Jason Holt was brilliant, and he moved people out of the way really, really, really well. So I'm really, really pleased for him, because he needs to start believing in himself. He needs to start believing in his ability, and I think he could be a major threat in the final third if we can get him the ball consistently and get him running at people, because he's got a trick, he's quick, and he puts really, really good balls in the box. So we could make more use of him, I think.
Is that the same for Josh Windass? We've seen him get a couple of goals recently now, but could he be more of a threat in there in terms of getting goals?
We just have to identify with Josh what he's brilliant at, because he's got many, many attributes. And we have to make sure that we harness those attributes in a positive manner to affect the game. I think that we could use him more. We could definitely get him to appreciate spaces behind the back line more, because he's very, very, very quick. He finishes really well in training. We just have to make sure we get him into those situations more often. And if he does that, he's got a good finish, as you saw today. That wasn't easy. These are the ones that can get away from you if you're feeling anxious. But he put the ball away really, really well, and gave us the 3. I thought if we'd have played with more intent, we could have had more.
You wanted to see continuity today and even the same starting 11, and you certainly got that. Just how pleasing is it for you, the last 2 performances and results?
It's pleasing for me. I think you've seen flashes of quality from us. You've seen bits of play that are very, very good. It's our job to sustain that. And when you get big players coming back into the squad like Bruno Alves and Jack Anik, that makes the starters understand this is the standard I have to be at, or these guys are ready. And they are ready, and I would credit all of those this week. Those guys who didn't play last week worked really hard, really put pressure on the starters this week, and that's what Rangers should be about. It should be about big players being disappointed not to be in the team, but ready to go at a moment's notice. And if we get that, then that will push the first team to greater heights. That's what we're all about.
We've got the international break now. What does the week ahead? What does that entail for the boys?
It entails some rest, some recuperation, some individual practice, some individual maintenance. There's going to be a behind closed doors game for those that need game time, but it's going to be tailored to meet their specific needs. If they've played lots of games, we'll take that into account. If they've not played as many, we'll be making sure they get exactly what they need, so we're ready for the next game.